Hi, I'm Mrs. Samari. I'm the STEM teacher at McGaw.
And I'm Mrs. Chambers, the STEM teacher at Lee Elementary.
We are excited to help LAEF present this year's STEAM Fair Contest and create a few videos to help you get started.
The topic of this first video is how to develop your project idea.
But before we get started, do you know what the letters in STEAM stand for? The S stands for science.
The T stands for technology.
E is engineering.
A is art.
And M is math.
Details for the contest can be found on the LAEF STEAM Fair website, but here are a few key things that you should know. First, your projects must be submitted by May 10th. If you're watching this video at the 1st of April, then you have about 5.5 weeks to work. Second, instead of an in-person STEAM Fair this year, projects will be submitted online in a contest format. Third, projects will be judged in grade level groups. There will be a TK through 2 division and a 3 through 5 division for elementary students. You may work alone or with a partner, but if you work with a partner that is outside your household, make sure you get permission from a parent and take safety precautions. And you will need to prepare a final presentation in a Google slide to submit to LAEF.
The top 5 projects in each grade level group will be selected to present to a panel of judges Shark Tank style on the evening of May 24th. Plaques and gift certificates will be awarded to the top 3 projects in each grade level category. If you're in a group, then the group's members will split the prize. The first place will get $300 gift certificate. Second place will get a $150 gift certificate, and third place will get $75 gift certificate. Wow! So we're going to check out this video from a past STEAM fair. This year we won't have an in-person fair, but this will give you some ideas about what a STEAM fair project looks like.
There are 2 types of STEAM Fair projects you can choose from. One type is a scientific investigation project. If you are curious about the world around you, you can conduct an investigation or do an experiment to find out more. For this type of project, you will use the scientific method to help guide your research. We'll talk more about that in another video. Let's take a look at some projects that students have done in the past that are scientific investigations. This student's question was, how do you make a cloud? She researched clouds, how they were made, and the different types. Then she created an experiment to recreate a cloud in a bottle. This student's question was, how do plants drink water? She learned about how plants bring water through their roots and designed an experiment to show how this happens. This student asked, can fruit conduct electricity? He learned about electrical circuits and what types of objects can conduct electricity. He then tested different fruits to see if he could make a working circuit. These students asked, what ingredients make the best homemade chalk? They did some research online to find different recipes, made them, and then performed some experiments to test how well they worked. This student was curious to know, why do plants grow toward the sun? She learned about phototropism and set up an experiment to show how plants grow towards the light. And this student wanted to know which candy dissolves the fastest in water. He learned about how sugar dissolves in water, then set up an experiment to find out which candies would dissolve the fastest. Here is another scientific investigation idea. You can design an experiment to test which brand is best. For example, you can test different brands of school glue, or crayons, watercolors, stain remover, Easter egg dye, or batteries. Really, you can think of any products that you use around your house or at school every day and design an experiment to test to find out which brand works best.
Another type of project that you can make is an engineering project. For an engineering project, you're going to use the engineering design process, which we will talk about in the next video. Some examples of what you can make in an engineering project are inventions, to solve a real-world problem, or robotics. Let's dive a bit deeper on what some examples of those are. This kid made a cardboard pinball machine. The problem he wanted to solve was, can I make a working pinball machine out of cardboard? And how do pinball machines work? This guy made a super cool robo-fish. And the problem he wanted to solve was, can I create a robotic fish to show how a fish moves underwater? What technology can I use to recreate this movement? And this girl made a musical marble run. And the problem she wanted to solve was, can I build a marble run that also plays music? And what materials can I use to make sound? Another type of engineering project is to solve a problem for yourself or others. This girl made a kitty food dispenser, and the problem she wanted to solve was, can I create a kitty food dispenser to help me feed my cat? And this girl made a glove for Mr. Poppin. Her problem that she wanted to solve was, can I create a glove that can help Mr. Poppin catch and hold onto a ball? She met Mr. Poppin at a school assembly and learned about his spinal cord injury and his perseverance to still play sports. Another type of engineering project is to solve an environmental problem. These kids had a problem that they wanted to solve. They wanted to find out, how can we use solar power and how does it work? These students researched solar power as an alternative energy source and created models to show how we can use it to power motors. And this guy, he wanted to solve the problem of, how can we prevent mudslides? He researched the causes of mudslides and built a model to show what happens to the land. The last category is to build a robot that performs a helpful task. This guy made a dancing robot. He built a robot that dances to the beat when music is played. And this guy made an art bot. He built a robot that creates mini canvas paintings. And this girl, she wanted to solve the problem of making a mechanical hand. She built a model to show how a robot hand could help us pick up, hold, and move items.
So how do you get started with the STEAM Fair project? First, think of what you are interested in. What inspires you? What excites you? What are you curious about? And then make a list and think about how you can turn these ideas into a project, investigation, or experiment. You can also look in books and websites to get ideas. And it's a good idea to make some sketches to jot down all of your brainstorms.
After you've brainstormed ideas, your next steps and tips will be to 1. Decide on a project idea. You may work alone or with a partner. If you work with someone outside your household, make sure you get parent permission and are taking safety precautions. Keep all of your notes, sketches, research, and ideas in a notebook or folder. Don't throw away plans for ideas that didn't work. Use these to show the design process. And remember to take pictures and videos to use in your Google slide presentation. Projects must be submitted by May 10th.